So I didn't record yesterday, but it was a red day trading RKT. On this day over here, when it gapped up to all-time highs, spiked in the morning, and then kind of just failed. I actually lost money both on the long side and the short side, believe it or not. So I kind of just got chopped around. So it was a red day because of this ticker, and it kind of took attention from me from playing any of the other stocks that were, much better plays and much better setups. So that's unfortunate. But yesterday was also first day I get out of my quarantine finally after returning here for 2 weeks. So I was, that made it up. I was happy. I finally got a taste of freedom and get to go outside. But today, coming in, RKT was the trade of the day for me. Remember yesterday I talked about we'll extend into the upside. I wanted an unwind, and we did get that today. Didn't get as much as I had wanted. You can see, 27.20 was holding up. We didn't even touch 27. That was where I thought we would at least touch and then go all the way to, 26, 25s. We didn't get that today, so that's very interesting to me. Pre-market was already, weak. We did gap up to all-time highs again, $32, but it was just weak, kind of selling off, so, I was long bias at first. I had a scalp long here, 30 to 30, 20, but seeing the volume and seeing how heavy it is, you can see the volume bar right here, pre-market, and we're just kind of, this is a falling knife, and you don't want to catch a falling knife. So I shorted this at the open, right? Seeing the sellers stacking up on L2 and the levels, and also breaking previous day close, also the selling volume coming in, that tells me this is gonna gap fill to the downside. I was hoping for 27, we didn't get that, but we still got a very, very decent sell off from, at the previous day close, $29, all the way down to, 27.10s. I guess my best cover was here, 27.60s. Should have done better, but I did scale back in, right? So covered into a flush, re-added some more. Covered most of it here, re-added back here on the pops toward 29s. When $29, especially right here, rejects, that's why I put it back in here. 28.50s, not the perfect entry, but I'm scaling all the time. So I'm okay as long as I have a clear risk set at 28.90s, $29. And I was all out around this point. And the stock just kind of double bottomed and reversed for the rest of the day. So this is the trade of the day for me, kind of. All the other stocks are much smaller plays. Traded a couple other ones. Let's see. I also traded NVAX today. So, this wasn't even on my radar, but it was brought to my attention by another member in the HT trading community. And that's the reason you use chat rooms. You don't use chat rooms to follow other people's alerts. You use them essentially as your personalized scanner, right? Because everyone trades differently in the chat room. So if somebody brings up this ticker ABC, you know what he or she is good at. You take a look at it, you bring it to your screen, and you see if that stock does have your setup. So this person brought MVAX to my attention. He knows that I love trading mRNA and MVAX, and he brought it to my attention. He's saying, hey, the stock, gap down. We had a nice climb from, the lows, 99, 100, all the way to, at the time when we saw it, it was 111s, 11 points to the upside. Stock was also on SSR. Did I just buy it or short it right away? No, you have to take a look at the idea that was brought onto you. He said there might be a short here. I put it on my screen, I put it on, and I draw the levels, right? You can see a clear pre-market low level around 111s, 112s, right? So there's some levels here, and that seems to be holding up. I see a setup, I see a trade, and that's why I took it. I took the short here at 110.87, covered some small. I was looking to add, but the stock was really grinding. It was just taking a long time. So I didn't add, unfortunately, and we got a very nice flush to 107s. And actually it went even lower after it covered to 105s. So, but even though, it wasn't originally in my trade idea, I saw somebody bring it up. I used his idea as a scanner. I put the stock on the screen and I see my setup, so that's why I took it. I did not follow someone's alert to buy or sell. That's not how you should use other people's trade ideas. It's okay to use other people's trade ideas and trade tickers, but use those as scanners, right? Bring the stock to your screen, look at the stock. Is there a setup for yourself? Is there a play you see that fits your criteria? If there is, then enter with a stop in mind and execute your trade. And the last one was a very small one. CPAR was a short from around 7s, risking $7 reclaim, and we got a nice flush to 6.15. and the stock literally went all the way down to $5. This is what we call a turd stock, a piece of shit company. So I didn't record on Wednesday, just first of all because the action was extremely slow. I had a few decent small size trades, NIO, Gas Gen, small caps, and large caps like mRNA. Those were decent and they definitely added up pretty decently. And secondly, yesterday when I was about to record, my dinner delivery came. So I went out to pick up my food and I forgot about this. So I'm sorry about that. So WORX was a loser from yesterday. I was short. Yeah, I had a small win here, but I re-shorted again and gave back on this pop here. Got squeezed, and after I covered, the stock just dumped. But I was not involved on the downside, unfortunately. So that was a loss yesterday. WORX is one of those charts. If you look on the daily charts, right? The last time we gapped up, we sold off. So was it really at around $10-$20? So, I mean, look at this choppy daily chart, right? So, it didn't have much hope of holding a gains, and that's why I was short biased on the stock. The second stock is FLDM. So this one is very interesting because it was a Citron pump, and Citron Research, they used to be a very well-known short seller. I mean, they still are, but they were actually calling to long the stock on FLDM. If you look at the daily chart on FLDM yesterday, we did gap all the way up to, I guess, 22 and just sold off all the way from pre-market. So, there's a lot of selling pressure. I mean, it's not a normal small cap stock. It's a higher float, higher institutional ownership. But if you look at the chart from a technical analysis basis, a lot of resistance around this $12 area. And that's why I was scaling in short. I had a scalp early on and I shorted here around $12 when it couldn't break above 12.50s, shorted on the way down. And I did recover some and re-shorted here and covered the rest here. But I missed the backside move over here. The next stock was NIO. So this one, we had a very nice overnight swing on my swing account. But I guess I did have some overnight swing here as well. On the 25th, which is Tuesday, we longed it here around 1740s, and I sold this account into the morning push around 1960s, 1970s, and I also got a dip buy over here for a small scalp to 1920s and sold into the push here. So very nice long on NIO. The stock did go all the way to 20s and higher. Unfortunately, I didn't see a setup for me, so I didn't trade NIO after that. The biggest winner on the day was mRNA. This is the stock that I love trading, as you may have seen in the past before. I had a lot of shorting it and also some long scalps and then the short around here. So it is kind of messy, but basically there were some, I didn't trade it in the morning because the stock was low range, low volume. But here is where we got some midday news drop on the stock. So I actually shorted the pop on the news and I covered. When I saw the volume came in, that's where I started going in long, and I sold into the push into 70s. Actually not, actually maybe at 69, 80s, because I thought 70s was going to hold up. And once it breaks above into 71.50s, I was extremely extended. And that's why I started scaling short. I like shorting the stock, this stock in particular, because I know the way it trades. I'm very familiar with the price action. Shorted it and re-added some, but I was all out around 69.10s and covered the rest here. And the stock did dip a little bit lower, but I was all out on the stock. So this is the type of large cap stock I like. A lot of range, a lot of volatility, and not the midday chop that we've been seeing this week. This week has just been so slow. It's already Thursday, and I think this week we haven't seen any decent small cap runners. Thankfully, I traded, large cap stocks Monday, Tuesday, and yesterday I also didn't record because yesterday was just straight up chop for both the small caps and large caps. And today, I was hoping today would be better, but today it was just literally the same thing. I was like struggling to make pennies today. Some small trades today, just scalps, as you can see, just not a lot of my setups at least. And this is just midday, so at midday I only scalp. But in the morning, you can see just this straight up chop. Even Tesla was chopping all the way till about 11. Had a small scalp in Tesla and had a small short in AIM. Just like these like tiny scalp trades, just like small wins here and there, and really man, like I was like struggling to stay awake. There's the other trade, you know, AIM, a small win, and I also have a small loss on box. You know, tried to long it on the dip here in the morning, didn't work, just cut it, and the stock just tanked. In hindsight, I should have flipped short, but it wasn't. I just wasn't fast enough for that, I guess. I had a small short pre-market and literally just missed the sell-off. I should have went in short and short the pop here at the open, but it's just still isn't really my setup. I was already, you know, took a small loss on the pre-market short and never went back in, as you can see. So today's small wins, I actually don't know if after locate fees I would still be green. Probably not. So I guess, you know, pretty much a scratch trade. So hopefully some action will pick up tomorrow. So I guess the best trade today was this midday scalp on Tesla, but that's about it. Hopefully tomorrow some action will pick up, but since it's Friday, I really don't have much hope for it. But we'll see what happens. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.